Hello everybody, how are you doing? It is Saturday morning. I am super excited with what I got done back here with the dust collection. I want you to know that I went in last, excuse this, I've got my headphones here. They're probably clicking right now, making terrible noise. But I got my headphones here so that I have a little bit of a mic so that you can hear me when I'm in selfie mode. But I went in last night and I ordered a 5-inch to 4-inch reducer. That should be here late next week, so I'll be able to work on that. I may run some, I don't know if I'll get to it today or not. I really want to go through the shop and kind of organize and clean a little bit because it's really gotten out of control, and I've got some time, so I thought today I would spend just kind of working in the shop and kind of thinking about what I want to do. Like the shelf back there, I don't have the equipment to do it, but I can go ahead and make a list of what I need, and when I get a chance to go to a hardware store, I can pick it up. I also want you to know on my dust deputy, I got online. Thank you very much. A couple of folks commented that they had barrels and I could have them. Just come pick them up. But before I got those comments, last night I made the video, and while it was rendering, I went on eBay and ordered, I think it was like $43 or $46. I got a 20-gallon plastic barrel with a screw-on lid. These are food containers. I think this one said that it used to have olives in it, but it's been cleaned out. And a lot of people buy them to store food in case of emergency, because they're airtight, and people use them when they camp, things like that. So it's perfect. It's got a plastic lid. I just have to cut a hole in the lid for my dust deputy to mount to, and that'll be here late next week. And when it gets here, I'm not going to do an in-depth video like I did the first time around with the dust deputy, but I'll do a video where I kind of explain, because that dust deputy video of mine gets a lot of views, and a lot of people have asked me, how's it holding up? And I get that question all the time. And of course I've been telling them, oh, it's holding up great, because it has been until yesterday. And I think it's just dampness that got to it. We've had a lot of rain, and there's a lot of humidity in the air. And I think that just let it implode a little bit. Well, this plastic one will not do that. So I'll talk a little bit about that, and I'll put the new one together and try to make it a short video. But just kind of a follow-up, because I've been wanting to do one for a while. And I'll be honest, I'm kind of glad I didn't. Because this is a little more real as to what happened with the cardboard barrel. With that being said, I'm just going to get busy and just see what I can do to kind of organize. I would really like to just clean the shop up a little bit. And chances are I'll probably find something that I half did a while back and get started on it. So I'll keep you guys posted throughout the day. I moved my router table back into this corner, and this is where I think it's going to stay, and I'll kind of explain in a minute, but I went through the bottom of it, took everything out. The only thing down there is a couple of odds and ends. I remembered my router wasn't hooked up because I wanted to round over that block right there, and the router wasn't connected to the table. And I remembered that the trigger had gone bad on my 2-horse router, so I had a 1-horse Craftsman. I went ahead and mounted that up for now. I'll fiddle with the 2-horse later. But I got all the router bits that were dumped all over the place down there, and I made this. It's nothing fancy, but it sure is nice because all my bits are here. I can see them. I got a place to put them after I use them, and it keeps them kind of organized. And I probably will store that up under the table, just to keep it from getting knocked off or something. But I'm really happy with that. I think it's going to work out well. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a shelf along this back wall, and the shelf is going to come to about here. It's going to be about equal with this. So this will slide right under it. So I'm just going to leave that tucked up under it. The shelf, I'm going to try to get maybe a 10 or 12-inch board to bring the shelf out. And then above the shelf, I think I may put another smaller shelf, maybe a 6-inch shelf, where I'll do something kind of like I did over here. I'll have holes drilled in it where my implements can sit down in there. So when I'm turning, I can just flip around, and all of my supplies are there. Along the shelf will be my little boxes that have my parts in them and everything, so that I can get to things easily, and I don't have to pile this up anymore. It's ready now. It can just be slid out and used. I bought a set of 25 collets and needed somewhere to put them, so check it out. They're on this nice little rack. I can see the description on front that gives me the size of the collet, and they're tilted just enough so I can kind of peek at them. In case I don't know what the size is, I can find it by visual. I am real happy about that, and it's nice and close to my lathe, so I can turn right around, grab the collet I need, and keep turning. I've got everything from here cleaned. This is a pile of stuff that I need to get rid of. We'll talk about that in some future videos. Only thing on the floor really is a couple of cords that I'm using to run some fans. I got them turned off right now because it's making a lot of noise. My lathes are going to be back to back. I have to figure out a way to do my recording. I did move my lathe to the right side of the bench if you're on the other side, and my sharpening system to the left. As you come over here, the scroll saw, have not cleaned here yet, but everything from here back, the pressure washer's out because I'm going to pressure wash the fence in the backyard, and then it and the coveralls go in the shed. But I've got all my clamps hung. Everything is nice and neat. Got my drill press. Forgot what that was called for a second. I have two clamps for holding pin blanks. This is the new one I purchased recently, and this is my original one. I'm not sure which one I'm going to keep. I'm going to keep one, get rid of one. Of course, my planer and my router table are in good shape. This wall is open. We're going to put a shelf there just above that. Have to get some wood for that. Everything looks good there. Take a look at the table here. Just everything's cleaned up, looking great. You can ignore the dustpan. I just temporarily set that there. I've got this cabinet cleaned out. It is ready for use. Above the cabinet, we've got that all cleaned up. That's where I decided to store my Wolverine sharpening pieces. They're always in the way. I never know where to put them, so I'm happy about that. You just have no idea how long this took. I mean, I went through everything. Everything has been gone through, and you've just slowly been cleaning, and I'm working my way to the other end of the shop, taking some notes on what I want to do. Like I said, we're going to put some shelves back here, so we can put some of the stuff that's on my table over here actually belongs back there. I just have nowhere to put it yet. I picked this up a while back. This is one of those, it's for your dust collection system, and I'm going to mount that under my jointer because the jointer has no dust collection. Everything else has dust collection. There's dust collection on the router, dust collection on the planer. So I'm happy about that. There's dust collection on the table saw. Everything else has dust collection. I just need to get the pipes run to it, and that's coming. That's all part of this. I'm moving through the shop, and we're just cleaning the whole thing up. Yeah, I'm going to work a little bit longer. I don't know if I'll come back and report anything new because really it's just cleaning and it's kind of boring. But hopefully this makes my shop more usable and really makes it much easier for me to get out here and make some really cool things for you guys to check out. So I'll keep you posted if anything else really interesting happens. I started cleaning over here, and it doesn't look very clean because my vacuum's down. I'm waiting for that new barrel because I don't want to suck all this into my vacuum, plug the filter, plug the bag, and lose suction. So when I get the new barrel and I can hook the dust deputy up to it, we'll clean this entire table off. But what I did was I cleaned out this cabinet. And basically I just got some safety supplies up there. This is some casting supplies. Got my rubber gloves. I use those for a lot of different things. And these are some of the tools that I use. Those are my punches that I use in my sanding jig. I've got my discs for my sander. Just a few. These were some nuts or some screws and nails that I had large amounts of, and I really didn't want to separate them into little drawers. But I got that cleaned up. I just need to pull everything off the top and clean that, and I'll be in great shape. But that's it for me tonight, guys. I'm super happy with how far I've got, and I'll just keep working on it. We'll come out tomorrow and give it another go and see how far we can get. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it.